I guess Blake Lively's concrete evidence isn't as concrete as she hyped. Meanwhile, the only evidence we're actually getting is stuff that's exposing Blake Lively.
She's quoted as saying, "I actually poisoned the whole cast against her co-star and boyfriend, Penn Badgley."
You made the allegations first, and then you tried to make input and change the direction of the film. Are you saying that the chicken had to come before the egg?
Welcome to CelebRush, where we bring you the hottest Hollywood bombshells. Hugh Jackman just sent shockwaves through Tinseltown with a jaw-dropping revelation. Did he just expose Blake Lively as the secret mastermind behind the Deadpool and Wolverine project?
Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous.
Lady Pool was played by Blake Lively.
She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
This wild twist has left fans scrambling for answers. Why is Blake Lively suddenly calling the shots? And how did this behind-the-scenes power move even happen? Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into this explosive Hollywood shakeup, and you won't want to miss a single second. Right now, drama is erupting on the set of the highly anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Hugh Jackman, yes, Wolverine himself, is making waves with a stunning claim. Blake Lively has seized control of the film's production. It sounds like something straight out of a script, but this real-life Hollywood power shift has insiders and fans buzzing. Is this the ultimate plot twist, or just a wild rumor spiraling out of control? It all started with one simple photo Blake Lively posted from the set, and now the internet is in full meltdown mode. Stay locked in, because we're unraveling the truth right now.
It didn't just end there. I don't know how I didn't remember this scene. Lady Pool, portrayed by Blake Lively, gets to take Nice Pool down. Here it is.
Cozy time, baby.
It all started with one picture. Blake Lively, draped in Deadpool's signature red, sharing a kiss with her husband, Ryan Reynolds. At first, fans thought it was just a cute moment. But then, chaos erupted. The internet went into a full-blown meltdown, with theories flying that Blake might actually have a secret role in the movie, possibly as a female Deadpool. But hold up. This wasn't just about a fun cameo. New bombshell reports reveal that Blake Lively's involvement went way beyond a quick on-screen moment. Whispers from the set claim she wasn't just visiting, she was stepping in, making big decisions, and shaking things up behind the scenes.
All of Ryan Reynolds' jokes in Deadpool, his jokes to Sandra Bullock, and everywhere else on the internet was really something that you guys concocted.
And here's where things get really wild. The director himself admitted that a suggestion from Blake completely changed the ending of the movie. That's right. The finale of Deadpool and Wolverine was reportedly reshaped because of her input. This level of influence has people talking, with some even saying she basically took over production. Now Hugh Jackman, yes, Wolverine himself, is reportedly stunned by how much power Blake had on set. In a shocking twist, insiders say he's now exposing just how deep her control went, maybe more than anyone ever realized. And guess what? This power shift didn't go unnoticed. Tension started brewing behind the scenes, and now it's all spilling into public view. What really happened on that set? The truth is coming out right now. The idea of a Hollywood A-lister secretly running a major superhero blockbuster sounds straight up unbelievable. But insiders insist there's more to this story than just wild speculation. While some details may have been exaggerated, the buzz is real, and fans are completely divided. Some people refuse to believe Blake Lively could hold so much power. After all, she's not part of the official production team. But others, they argue that as Ryan Reynolds' wife, she might have had special access and serious influence behind the scenes. So, what's really going on here? Is this just a supportive wife throwing in some creative input? Or did Blake Lively actually hijack the entire project? And the biggest question, why is Hugh Jackman speaking out about this now? As this breaking story unfolds, one thing is crystal clear. This is one of the wildest Hollywood plot twists of the year, a mix of fact and rumor that's left everyone talking. Stay locked in, because we're about to dive even deeper into what Hugh Jackman actually revealed and how it all went down. This isn't just gossip. This is Hollywood drama at its finest. This isn't just a one-time power move. Blake Lively has been accused of pulling these stunts for years. Sources claim that what happened with Ends With Us isn't new. Back in her Gossip Girl days, she allegedly did the same thing to Penn Badgley. And it wasn't just some behind-the-scenes tension. Insiders say she actively worked to make his life miserable on set. And why? Because she reportedly didn't approve of him being cast. Penn Badgley was more than qualified for the role, but that didn't matter. Blake supposedly wanted him gone. And when she couldn't get him fired, she allegedly turned the entire set against him, creating a hostile work environment that made his job unbearable. But here's the real kicker. She even admitted to it later, laughing it off like it was some kind of casual joke. Destroying a co-star's experience wasn't just a power move, it was entertainment. And now, Justin Baldoni is the latest target. But this time, she allegedly took things even further. It wasn't just about making life difficult, it was about taking over his entire project. Justin wasn't just an actor, he was the director, the producer, the one who secured the rights to It Ends With Us. But by the time the film wrapped, insiders say Blake had pushed him so far out of his own project that he didn't even get to see the final cut before it hit theaters. And if that wasn't enough, at the movie's own premiere, sources claim Justin was shoved into the background, while Blake took center stage, as if she had created the entire film herself.
What a terrible person she is. More and more just coming forward. But no, she's perfect. She's a crown straightener.
This story is still unfolding, but one thing is certain. Hollywood is watching. What really happened on that set? And is Blake Lively as powerful behind the scenes as these reports suggest? Stay tuned, because this drama is far from over. And when the questions started piling up, Blake Lively did what she does best. She flipped the script. Suddenly, she was the victim. Out of nowhere, she made a shocking accusation against Justin Baldoni, one that insiders say was completely baseless and got shut down almost immediately. But by then, the damage was already done. By the time It Ends With Us premiered, Blake and Justin were reportedly not even speaking. And just like that, she had managed to turn the entire industry against him. Even Ryan Reynolds, her own husband, allegedly cut ties with Justin. Just like that, she had manipulated yet another situation to work in her favor. But here's the thing about lies. They don't last forever. Blake's alleged manipulation is finally catching up to her. More and more people are starting to see through the illusion. And the only hard evidence that has surfaced, it's not against Justin, it's against her. The leaked private text messages? Insiders say those came straight from Blake herself, all in an effort to make Justin look bad. But when that backfired, she took things even further. She allegedly demanded access to his phone records to verify the very same texts she leaked. Who does that? Who leaks private conversations and then demands proof that they were real after the fact? That's not something an innocent person does. That's the move of someone scrambling to cover their tracks. And if you thought that was bad, just wait, because there's more. And just when you thought this saga couldn't get any wilder, get this. Blake Lively literally called Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift her personal dragons in leaked messages. Yes, you heard that right. In these alleged texts, Blake reportedly referred to her husband and best friend as her dragons, her warriors, her enforcers. Who even talks like that? It sounds like something straight out of a medieval battle strategy, as if she's assembling her own personal army. And it doesn't stop there. She apparently believed she was at war with Justin Baldoni, because insiders claim Ryan Reynolds took things into his own hands, allegedly pressuring Justin behind the scenes to force him into doing exactly what Blake wanted. And as for Taylor Swift, she reportedly threw her full support behind Blake's vision for It Ends With Us, completely sidelining Justin's creative input, just because Blake needed an extra boost of power. But here's the kicker. It all backfired. Now, there are rumors swirling that Taylor Swift and Blake aren't even on good terms anymore. Sources claim Taylor is distancing herself from the chaos, allegedly saying she's nobody's dragon. And let's be real, if even Taylor Swift, one of the most powerful celebrities in the world, is backing away from you, you know something has gone seriously wrong.
Like, I need you to get on a Zoom with Taylor Swift, and we're ruining lives tonight.
Be very, very careful with your marriages, folks. This is the kind of
Little
thing that can
dragon. It is
but to
diminishing.
your point,
Is this the moment Blake Lively's iron grip on Hollywood finally starts slipping? Stay tuned, because this drama is far from over. And here's where things get really hypocritical. This is the same Blake Lively who has spent years acting like she's above Hollywood's toxic culture. The same woman who has called out other actors for not taking their jobs seriously enough. The same person who allegedly told Justin Baldoni that her career and reputation were at stake if things weren't done her way. And yet, this is also the same Blake Lively who has openly admitted that she's never worked out, never dieted, and just got lucky with her metabolism. So let's get this straight. She expects everyone around her to work harder, to cater to her every demand, to sacrifice for her vision. But when it comes to putting in the effort herself, that's just too much work for Blake Lively? And now, let's talk about Penn Badgley again.
This comes from a Glamour interview where she admits to poisoning the whole cast against co-star Penn Badgley.
Because this is where things get really interesting. The same man she allegedly tried to sabotage years ago? Well, guess what? He's thriving. And here's the real kicker. He and Justin Baldoni are actually friends. That's right. The two men she allegedly tried to take down are now standing side by side. And they're not just friendly, they're close. They serve on the same charity board, share the same faith, and have been spotted together multiple times. And what about Blake? Penn Badgley doesn't even follow her on social media anymore? Coincidence? Or is the truth finally catching up with her? The woman he once dated? The woman he worked with for years? Penn Badgley has completely cut Blake Lively off. And while he's erased her from his life, guess who he does follow? Justin Baldoni. That alone speaks volumes about where Hollywood's loyalty truly lies.
I think she did with the cast of It Ends With Us, which was poison them against Justin.
Blake thought she could take down Justin the same way she allegedly tried with Penn, but instead, she did the exact opposite. She unknowingly pushed two of her so-called victims together. Now, the very men she reportedly tried to sabotage are standing side by side, watching her empire crack in real time. But here's where it gets even bigger. Justin Baldoni isn't just staying quiet. He's fighting back. He's suing. That's right. He's taking legal action for defamation, civil extortion, and breach of contract. And this isn't just about reputation anymore. This is a $400 million lawsuit, packed with receipts. Hollywood is watching. The industry is paying attention, and suddenly people are starting to realize maybe they backed the wrong person. For years, Blake Lively has been accused of manipulation, deception, and power moves that silenced anyone who stood in her way. She's allegedly turned casts against people she didn't like, destroyed reputations, and used her influence to control narratives. But for the first time ever, she's no longer in control of this one. The public is watching, the evidence is stacking up, and no amount of PR spin is going to save Blake Lively this time. For years, she thought she was untouchable, playing Hollywood like a master manipulator, charming the world with her all-American sweetheart image while secretly pulling the strings behind the scenes. But now, the truth is out, and this time, she has nowhere to hide. Her entire world is unraveling, and there's no one to blame but herself. Insiders claim she spent years turning casts against co-stars she didn't like, transforming sets into war zones and rewriting narratives to keep herself in the spotlight. But now, her latest stunt, allegedly trying to destroy Justin Baldoni's career, might just be the one that ends her reign of deception. She didn't just push Justin out of his own movie. She didn't just manipulate the cast and crew to take her side. She allegedly rewrote history. She reportedly leaked fake evidence. And then, she had the audacity to demand Justin's private phone records to prove he was lying, after she allegedly fabricated the messages herself. Who does that? Who creates fake evidence and then demands the other person's private data to justify their own deception? This isn't just Hollywood gossip anymore. This is bigger. And as this story continues to unfold, one thing is certain. Blake Lively's grip on power is slipping. This isn't just manipulation. This is next-level gaslighting. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Blake Lively has allegedly pulled a stunt like this. She did the exact same thing to Penn Badgley. The moment she decided she didn't like him, insiders say she turned the entire Gossip Girl cast against him. And she didn't just do it in secret, she later admitted it herself, laughing about it like it was some casual inside joke instead of what it really was. A straight-up confession of workplace bullying. And now, she's reportedly done it again. But this time, the stakes were even higher. This wasn't just about making someone uncomfortable on set. This was about allegedly stealing a movie out from under its rightful director. This was about seizing full control and then framing the very person she betrayed as the villain. Because here's the truth. Blake was never content with just being the lead actress. She had to be the one in charge. And when Justin Baldoni pushed back, she did what she always does. She lied. She reportedly leaked texts. She played the victim. And before he even had a chance to defend himself, she had already convinced Hollywood to turn on him. But here's where she miscalculated. This time, there are receipts. Because this wasn't just some unknown actor she tried to silence. She went after a respected filmmaker, a man with years of credibility in the industry, a man with the power, influence, and resources to fight back. And now, he's doing exactly that, with actual legal evidence, and Blake Lively's entire empire may be about to crumble. Justin Baldoni's lawsuit is the biggest threat Blake Lively has ever faced. And she knows it. This isn't just a PR disaster. This is a full-blown legal and financial catastrophe. Justin isn't just speaking out, he's suing. For defamation, civil extortion, breach of contract. And this isn't just some empty threat. This is a $400 million lawsuit backed by one of Hollywood's most powerful legal teams. And no amount of manipulation or industry pull is going to make this one go away. And here's where it gets even worse for Blake. She thought she had Hollywood on her side. She assumed Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift would back her up without hesitation. But now, that support is starting to crumble. Reports are swirling that Taylor Swift is quietly backing away from Blake because she wants no part of this mess. And Ryan? Well, let's just say the rumors suggest he's not happy about being dragged into this scandal either. And let's not forget, Blake literally called Ryan and Taylor her dragons in leaked text messages. Who does that? Who treats their own husband and best friend like some kind of personal attack squad, all to take down a man who was simply trying to protect the integrity of his own film? And the fact that Taylor might be stepping back? That's huge. Because if Taylor Swift, one of the most loyal people in Hollywood, is distancing herself from Blake, that tells you everything you need to know about where this is headed. Blake is losing control of the narrative, and she knows it. And here's the final twist. Let's not forget Penn Badgley. The same man Blake allegedly tried to blacklist all those years ago. He's not just surviving, he's thriving. And the Hollywood power shift? It's happening in real time. Not only is Penn Badgley one of Netflix's biggest stars thanks to you, but he's also friends with Justin Baldoni. That's right, the two men Blake allegedly tried to ruin? They're now standing side by side, watching as her carefully built empire crumbles. And here's the real kicker. Penn doesn't even follow Blake on social media anymore. He's completely cut her off. But guess who he does follow? Justin Baldoni. That alone says everything. For years, Blake Lively built her career on manipulation, power moves, and industry connections. She allegedly stepped on people, twisted the truth, and reshaped narratives to keep herself on top. But now, the very people she tried to destroy are thriving. And she is trapped in the middle of a legal and PR disaster that she can't spin her way out of. And Hollywood? It's turning its back on her. Studios don't want the drama. Brands don't want the controversy. And the comparisons to Amber Heard? Let's just say, they're not doing her any favors. Even her biggest supporters are staying silent. And when the people who once defended you suddenly have nothing to say, that's when you know you're in trouble. Blake thought she was untouchable. But now, the truth has finally caught up to her. And this time, there's no escaping it. Blake Lively's downfall is happening in real time. And the more she tries to cover her tracks, the worse it gets. For years, she played the Hollywood sweetheart. But behind the scenes, she was allegedly pulling every trick in the book, sabotaging co-stars, turning casts against each other, and seizing control of projects that weren't even hers. And now, it's all coming back to haunt her. But now, the truth is out. And the very people Blake Lively tried to bury are the ones standing tall, while she scrambles to save her career. The way she allegedly tried to destroy Justin Baldoni is just another example of what insiders claim is her toxic playbook. She didn't just push him out of It Ends With Us. She systematically erased his influence, allegedly manipulated the cast against him, and then had the audacity to frame him as the villain. And the worst part? She used the same tactics she reportedly used against Penn Badgley years ago on Gossip Girl. Back then, she admitted to turning the entire cast against him, just because she didn't like that he was hired for the role. She thought she could do it again. She thought she could control the media narrative, paint Justin as the bad guy, and come out on top, like she always does. But this time, she underestimated just how much evidence was against her. Justin's lawsuit didn't just challenge her version of events, it exposed her entire operation. The fake text leaks, the behind-the-scenes manipulation, the forced rewrites, the way she allegedly took full control of a film that was never hers in the first place. It's all out in the open now. And worse, Blake tried to claim Justin was running a smear campaign against her, when in reality, the only thing being exposed is her own lies. And speaking of lies, let's talk about just how deep her alleged manipulation really goes. Blake didn't just try to ruin Justin Baldoni's reputation. She reportedly dragged Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift into her mess. In leaked messages, she allegedly referred to them as her dragons, the people who would fight her battles when things got messy. Who even talks like that? Who refers to their own husband and best friend as personal soldiers, like they're weapons to be used instead of real people with their own lives? This isn't just bad press anymore. This is the unraveling of Hollywood's carefully crafted golden girl. But here's where things get really interesting. Taylor Swift is reportedly backing away from Blake. And that's a huge deal. Taylor is known for fiercely protecting her inner circle. She stands by her friends through thick and thin, but if even she is creating distance, it means she sees just how messy this situation really is. Blake thought she could use Taylor's influence to protect herself, just like she always does. But now, that plan is falling apart. And then there's Ryan Reynolds, the man who has spent years carefully shaping his image, a Hollywood favorite, known for his likability, charm, and business empire. And now, he's reportedly not happy about being dragged into Blake's legal and PR disaster. Ryan built his career on being the guy everyone loves. The last thing he wants is to be caught in the middle of this. But let's talk about the most ironic twist of all, Penn Badgley. The same Penn Badgley that Blake allegedly tried to ruin years ago? He's now friends with Justin Baldoni. The very people she tried to take down have now joined forces. And they're not just doing fine, they're thriving. Meanwhile, Blake is drowning in controversy. Penn doesn't even follow Blake on social media anymore. He's completely cut her off. But he follows Justin. And the fact that these two have been seen together, share the same faith, and work on charity projects together, that tells you everything about who Hollywood really trusts in this situation. And now, let's talk about the lawsuit. Because this isn't just a PR scandal anymore. This is real. And it's only getting bigger. This isn't just Hollywood drama anymore. This is a full-blown legal war. And Justin Baldoni is bringing everything to the table. He's suing for defamation, civil extortion, and breach of contract. $400 million is on the line. And that's not something Blake Lively can just sweep under the rug.
Or you didn't even need good lawyers. You just needed men who didn't want to go through the court system, and the women who were saying, well, we're going to come at you with sexual harassment and ruin your lives. And I'm thinking these are the kinds of lawyers and PR people that she has in her corner.
This isn't a rumor. This isn't a bad headline she can spin away. This is real. This is undeniable. And for her career, this is dangerous. And here's the part Blake never saw coming. Hollywood is backing away. Studios don't want the chaos, brands don't want the risk. And as this lawsuit plays out, the industry is starting to see the truth. The more evidence surfaces, the clearer it becomes. Blake Lively isn't the victim she's been pretending to be. She thought she could control the narrative forever. She thought she could take down Justin the way she allegedly took down Penn. She thought she could manipulate, twist the truth, and walk away unscathed, just like always. But this time, the truth won. And now, Blake Lively is finally being exposed. What do you think about this Hollywood fallout? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay on top of the latest shocking celebrity scandals, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update.